Hey, Pastor, Kevin Ezo here from the North American Mission Board. Hey, these are trying times. It's a time of crisis. But never is it more important for you to take care of yourself and take care of those serving around you. So I want to encourage you, as you listen to this podcast about soul care and self-care, now is the time. As you take care of others, you must start with yourself. Grateful for you and for all that you're doing.
Welcome to Quick Takes with Kevin, a weekly podcast about leadership, life, and ministry with Kevin Ezo, president of the North American Mission Board. Each week, Kevin will be focusing on how pastors can keep their souls healthy in the midst of the demands and challenges of everyday life. Now, here's your host, Kevin Ezo.
Hey, Pastor, Kevin Ezo here from the North American Mission Board with my good friend Troy Nesbitt, who is a longtime pastor of Cornerstone in Ames, Iowa, and is the founder and the leader of SALT Company, which is one of the most strategic collegiate church planting groups in North America. And it's been amazing what God's used you to do.
That's exciting.
Really has. And Troy, what we're doing is we're walking through a book called Replenish and taking a chapter at a time. And this particular chapter is on prayer.
Wow.
And prayers, what I found is prayer is one of those topics that pastors are most dishonest about.
Absolutely.
What I mean,
prayer and giving.
Yeah. But I mean, prayer in their personal life, because it's easy to talk about prayer and the need for prayer. It just sounds good. But what I've sensed, and I really feel is true, is prayer is one of the hardest things for pastors to maintain being a focus of their life. Why do you think that is? Why is prayer so difficult in getting themselves focused and then leading their people to be?
Yeah, I can only speak for myself. I think it's because I value myself too much and I value God too little. And the reality is Jesus said fast and pray, and we like to pray fast.
Right.
And my dad is famous for thanking people for praying for him.
Yeah.
And I used to always be nervous because I wasn't praying for him. And so then now he's got me lying too.
Yeah.
And we always say, hey, I'll pray for you. But how often do we really do it?
Yeah.
And I think it's just hard because we tend to be doers. We want to put our hands on something. We want to get something done. And when we're on our knees asking God, rarely do I feel like I'm really connected even when I'm doing it.
Right.
But if I wait and am patient, it really helps.
Yeah. I think my wife is much better at this than I am.
And she always wanting you to pray with her. And then,
yeah. And then we pray together. It's like, oh my gosh. Can we just do?
And you feel bad when you don't do that
Well, we pray together. I just say when she prays, it's so much, she just flows and so much better. And I always feel like I'm inept. and it's really hard. Like you said, sometimes I even have a legal pad out almost mentally. And I'm praying through things, and I think, oh, yeah, I got to do that. And I'll write down, and I'll think of, come up with a task list off my prayer list.
Yeah, two things have helped me. And I know you guys have done this too. But we've started in our movement, the theme of the movement is 10:02. And it's from Luke 10:2, and Jesus talked about in other places, just doesn't make as good a T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
And so not all of us, but many of us always set our alarm 10:02.
Yeah.
And so we're at least reminded when we don't pray.
Right.
And that little thing, I can tell you, there are times that my alarm has gone off and I've started crying because I know someone I should be praying for.
Yeah.
And the other little thing that I do is Paul said to the Philippians, I thank my God in all my remembrance of you.
Yeah.
And so we should pray for people all the time without ceasing.
Yeah.
But we don't. And so have you ever been driving around and a name pops in your mind and you think, what? Why am I thinking about them? Sometimes you pop in my mind.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I'll text you, dude, I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
And I really am.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I know to do that is I thought of you. And rather than say, what the heck? Why am I thinking of Kevin Ezo?
Yeah.
The first thing I say is, God, thanks for Kevin. I don't know what's going on in his life today.
Yeah.
But he came to my mind, and you want me to pray for him.
Yeah.
And then sometimes God will say, pray for something else about you, or pray for someone close to you, or pray for your family. I love meeting your family and your kids and your grandkids and your adopted kids and all those things. And just one thing leads to another. And sometimes, believe it or not, Kevin, I'll pray for you for a half hour.
Yeah.
And you're not worth that,
No.
right?
I mean, I can tell you how grateful I am for that, and much needed.
But we don't think, driving around, we got to seize those minutes.
No, absolutely.
And
Well, tell me, what do you think it is that we allow to crowd it out? I mean, do you think as we're doers, we get focused on so many other things, but we allow it to be crowded? It's one of the first things to go.
yeah, we distract ourselves with our phones. I think a lot of pastors put a higher priority on Bible study. And leaders don't pray for their leaders,
Right.
because they want to impress them with what they're saying.
Right.
And we've taken times where we just stop the meeting and pray for each other.
Right.
Even right now, if I stopped and prayed for you, because you're connected to Jesus, it would touch your soul. And if you prayed for me, it would touch my soul.
Right.
And we just don't pray for one another. Bible commands us
Right.
to do that. And
Right.
we don't do it unless you're sick
Right.
or you're going to die or those kind of
Well,
things.
the thing about prayer is the ground is level. Everybody can
Yes.
do that. It doesn't cost to do. Not everybody can bless somebody with this or that, but you can bless somebody by.
And actually, the younger believers are better prayers
Yeah,
because they haven't learned our language.
They cut out all the
yet.
bull.
That's
Yeah, they don't do the
right.
code talk, and they just go straight.
Oh
to
man,
it
I could tell you some great student prayers when they get saved.
Yeah.
that I can't probably do on the podcast.
Yeah, sure. Let's do
But,
that some
Yeah,
other
you'd be amazed.
But the thing is so right. Sometimes we just play roles, and we kind of do a facade and check boxes.
Yes.
Instead of focus on the real needs. So, hey man, thanks for sharing your heart. Thanks for the 10 too. If we're going to do, Pastor, if you're going to do something about changing priority of prayer in your life or in your church's life, coming up with something like a specific time, 10-2, or just a reminder to pray, and then who knows what you end up praying for, but at least a reminder to stop, do it right then. We've got to set some standards and expectations for ourselves if we're really going to be committed to prayer. So, man, Troy, thanks for your help
Well,
today.
it's great being here. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for Quick Takes with Kevin. Each week, Kevin will visit with pastors and leaders as they talk about the challenges they face and the lessons they've learned in balancing faith, family, and ministry. Thank you for being with us.